By the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe.
Welcome. My name is Chastity, and I am one of the co-founders of Second Chance Enterprise. And today, what we're doing is we're just talking to one of our clients that we've been working with for, I guess, the past 2 months now, past couple months, let's just say that. And they're going to share their, experience working with us, their testimony, and not just only about business, but personal as well. And I'm not going to go into too deep about their personal life, but more just understanding who they are, their background, or where they came from. So I'm allow her to introduce herself, and you could just tell the audience a little bit more about where you was born, a little bit about yourself.
Hi, so my name is Adria Stevens Ralph. I was born in St. Kitts, raised in New York for the past couple of years. I'm a mom of two, a wife. I have a hectic 9 to 5. And that's pretty much it for me right now.
Okay. And yes, she's Caribbean. I know y'all see that, Caribbean. Yeah, they know I'm Jamaican because that's all I always talk about. So tell them more about the industry that you're in, like the job that you have. You don't have to go into too depth or more about your business, with the jewelry and everything, how you came into that. So just tell them more about that.
So my 9 to 5 is a busy, hectic 9 to 5. I work for the Postal Service. After my father-in-law passed away, I was trying to figure out other ways of bringing in more income within the household.
Mm-hmm.
I decided I had a friend who was doing this company called Paparazzi. So it's a jewelry company where you buy at wholesale, you sell at retail, where everything is only $5. I was like, okay, sounds like a great commission thing. I did it honestly, I've been doing it for, I want to say 3 to 4 years on and off, but I really put it off a lot after I realized I was spending more than what I was bringing in. So I had to just take a step back from that and say, listen, it's killing me financially. So I need to pull back because I'm not bringing in the funds that I expected and wanted to be able to be more on a financially free lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to pull back from that just to get my life back on track and get myself together, because it's like I was spending way too much on that and less on everything else, and it wasn't working.
What? I know it's the girl. I know it's the your son.
Oh, girl, look at
college.
yeah.
I know I'm
giving me an extra one. Don't
I don't know.
Just yet.
So yeah, it's just I understand with that. Like I hope everyone just seeing this, like she said, she has a busy schedule, full-time job, mother of two, and a wife, and it's the fact that she is investing to herself every week, every day. She's getting up, investing to herself, and just showing you guys, like, and that's something that happens a lot. This is my second business, so this does happen a lot where you start a business and there's more you're putting in. Or what happens to people is, and this is for all the entrepreneurs watching this, what happens is you're making profit, but it's not as much. And that sometimes happens as well. Like it might be $200 extra profit or 300. I mean, it's still profit, but it's still not going to cover your bills, especially if you're trying to go full time. So let me see the next question. Because I don't remember the problem you had prior to working with us at Second Chance Enterprise.
So before working with Second Chance Enterprise, like I said, financially, I wasn't there with a lot of things, struggling to make sure that I was able to take care of the kids and struggling to take care of myself sometimes. And sometimes I'll say, you know what, I've been taking care of everybody before I take care of me. So now I'm going to take care of me at one point. And sometimes, you got to sacrifice. You got to do an equal balance. You have to think, okay, well, you know what, I've taken care of you guys right now. So now it's my time. You know what I mean? But it's for me, it's always been a financial issue, because I'm always one to say, okay, I see what needs to be done. I see what my kids need. I see what is needed in the house. I see what
Mhm.
I need to do. And I'm a person where I'm just gonna get up and do it. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
ask this one and this one and this one if I know I can do it or I can figure it out one way or another. It might put me in a hole, it might put me in a jam.
Mhm.
But as long as
And that
my
sounds
kids,
like,
my husband,
and I'm
and my
sorry to
house
cut you
is taken
off.
care of,
That sounds
it's
like
okay.
pouring into
Mm-hmm.
others than you can pour into, like not being poured
Yep.
back into. And I feel like um I call her AJ, but I feel like with AJ,
It's okay.
I
It's
feel like
okay.
basically she was like, okay, it's time to do for me more self-care, more
Mm-hmm.
self-love. And a lot of mothers, they do that. They put the kids first. My mom told me she's done that. And I'm like, girl, I'm grown. You know, I know
Mm-hmm.
her kids are still, she got one going to college. She almost done, but it's time. She's telling herself it's time to invest into myself, right? It's time to put me
Mm-hmm. A
first.
little more than before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know your biggest thing is just looking to was like to look into retire to spend more time with your kids. So you can kind of um, go off of that. Just tell them more about why do you want to retire and you know what do you want to do like with once you retire. So
Well, I know I can't retire right now when it comes to my job because I still got another 20 something years, but I don't want to work another 20 something years. Let's be honest.
yeah.
Another 20 something years for me is not going to work because these babies in here, I got grown people that I feel like I'm in the daycare all day, every day.
Hmm.
Okay. But other than that, what I really want to do is I want to retire my husband so he can start staying at home, being more happy, more comfortable,
Hmm.
spending more time with my kids, traveling with my kids more. My kids always want to do something. Mommy has to say, not right now. Mommy got to wait till she got the money to do it. But
Hmm.
it's all about my family for me right now.
Okay. Yes, and I love it. And just for anyone watching that does, you know, want to create generational wealth, and right, that's something you have to create. And to do that, you have to invest into yourself. How can you pass down? So
Mhm.
her stepping into the world of real estate, Airbnb, I tell people you become a real estate investor because you're making money from a property. This is a rental property of yours, and you're making a return investment. You are a real estate investor. For you to do this, now you have, then she can use that money later on, maybe a year from now buy a property and it goes in your kid's name. So put them as a beneficiary, wherever the
Mhm.
money, it doesn't, whatever, put them as a beneficiary for the accounts the money is going into. So if something ever happens, the money goes to them. Also, life insurance, putting them as a beneficiary for the, you know what, that the if something happens, the money goes to them. So this is setting her kids up for later on. And this
Mhm.
will cycle will continue, but it's had to, you have to pass down the knowledge and the money. It's not always just passing down the money because I don't know if you've seen there was this story about this parent that I guess they passed away and the kids was like about 30s and they in their 30s and they had their parents had a bunch of properties, one of their parents, and the kids sold it,
Mm.
all of it. So I think it's maybe three properties. I don't know if it's too many, but they sold it and it was concerning to people because it was like, this is why would they sell something that their parents work hard to pay off the mortgage, like everything's paid.
They didn't know anything about it.
And that's what it is. So guys is we just show people, we give them knowledge. I feel like you have to learn yourself to be independent. Why do everything for you when you can learn yourself? Because if you don't have that knowledge, you want your kids to go have to work with your tax preparer all the time. If you want your kids to have to work to do that, no, you pass that down knowledge for free onto them. So the kids, even though they're 30, they didn't have the knowledge that they to take care of the property. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
have, they said, oh, it's too much to handle. You don't need to manage the property. They could have hired someone to manage it for them, or they it could have hired somebody. It, honestly, it could have hired somebody. That was just a simple answer to that. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. Why did you choose to work with me over other people? So the reason I asked is just because there's like a lot of different other real estate people out there, other Airbnb coaches, maybe a couple more. What made you like say, okay, what is something that they offer that I like and I have interest in?
So honestly, Chastity sent me a DM one time.
What I said, wait, what I said.
I actually got a DM from you in referencing to Airbnb.
Okay.
You remember that? And from there, I was like, yeah, I'm interested. So we had the
Okay.
Zoom meeting, remember? And
Mm-hmm.
everything that you told me in reference to the Zoom meeting, remember our very first meeting, I was super
Mm-hmm.
excited and super interested. Funding wasn't there, but I was like, I had to think about it. I thought about it. And
Mm-hmm.
what did we do the very next time? I said, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, yeah. And then cause she was ready from the first time, but we went, of course, she
Mm-hmm.
had to think on it. She had to think on it and everything. And then the second time she was ready. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Absolutely. But it was actually a DM on my Instagram I got from Second Chance, I think it was.
Okay, yeah. I
Someone
think,
sent me a DM asking me in reference to it. And I read
hmm
it and I was like, that seems interesting. And I'm already in the mindset where I'm looking to get a second form of income, doing something different
hmm
other than my 9 to 5, other than my jewelry business that I feel is not panning out for me right now. So I need to go a different route.
And what I think as well, she prayed on it. So I feel like you
I
say you
did.
prayed on it like before we had our
I've been
next
praying on a
meeting.
few things. I have. I've been praying
So
on a few things.
she prayed on it, and just a couple of people have told me this, like they've been like when I text them or if I text them or something like that, they was already praying on real estate, like to do something to real estate. So they was like, oh, this is a sign from God. So she prayed on it. I was like, okay, I want to work with her even more, because I'm like, okay, she gonna think on it, she gonna pray on it, she gonna ask him, he gonna ask him, you shall receive, he gonna let her know. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, so during that meeting, what was one thing, like was it the credit building or the funding? What was something that stood out to you for the second meeting that was like, okay, I'm gonna get started today?
Well, in the second meeting, I was already ready.
Mm-hmm.
But in the first meeting for me, it was the credit building because I knew I needed that off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was what will come out of me having an Airbnb and what I can make on a daily, weekly, monthly
Mm-hmm.
basis. And and then it was you can make up to $6,000 to $8,000 on a monthly basis. And I
Mm-hmm.
know for me to be financially free and to still have some form of income coming in to be able to travel with my kids, be with my kids more, say, hey, hubby, here's $2,000. Do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was a no brainer, and I'm one of those where I think about things, and even though sometimes I might jump to conclusions, I'm always gonna take a risk one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a risk taken for me, and I think this is one of the
Yeah.
best risk takers that I've done that I'm actually super excited about.
And seeing results, because some of
And
these
seeing results, yes.
some some of these programs, some of these people be coaches, they be talking and they be saying things, and they don't be showing results. And I feel like, I mean, this is my purpose, to help people. Um, and when it comes down to the financial aspect of real estate, just this is
Mm-hmm.
information passed on to me from my mentor. So I'm just passing it down to other people, and to help them, and affordable too. 'Cause
Absolutely.
these high ticket programs and coaches, they're charging 3K for this information, like 5K. I ain't finna charge that. But
And I swear, I didn't know nothing about Airbnb until you messaged me. After you messaged me, and I
Mhm.
started to think about it, I had so many Airbnbs on my Instagram, so many Airbnbs on my Facebook. I'm like, where the hell did all
Mhm.
this come from now?
You know what that is? That's it's always been there. So it's the mind thing. It's you seen
Mm-hmm.
the secret. You seen the secret.
Yes.
So we okay, in the course, for the people that don't, they have not seen the program. So we do mindset the first week, and the secret is
Mm-hmm.
actually not, it's not in the course. I'm gonna be honest,
No,
it's not in the course, but I guess
but
we
it's
talked
amazing.
inside. Yeah, we said it in the during the meeting, our first meeting. I told everyone, okay, watch the secret. I need to put in the course. I have not put it in, but hey, if you get mentorship, you hop on a meeting, you'll know about the secret. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the secret talks about law of attraction. So once you thought about Airbnb, and that goes for anything. So for me, I remember I needed what was it, a smog test for my car. And this is an example. I needed a smog test for my car. And I was like, where can I go to find this? I used to go to Jiffy to do my smog test. But I'm like, is there another location? Let me look up another company, right? And I was like, where can I find it? And when I start thinking, and when you start thinking about something, it comes in front of you. It's been there the whole time. You're just now noticing it. It's
Yep.
scary. It's scary because it's like, wow, it was right there the whole time. So with that, I started seeing a bunch of like smog test centers at the gas stations. They're always next to the in the gas station. So I'm like, oh my God, it's right down the block. There's another one. There's another one. It's been there. So what it is you start, once you focus your mind on something, that's what I'm saying. It's not about if this is going to happen, if you're going to make $20,000. It's about when it's going to happen. Sometimes it just takes longer, depending on how much work that you put in. And when you focus on something, it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Yep, I agree. So it's just a mindset, it's a manifestation, law of attraction. Like I said, for you to get to this point, mindset is very important. So that's why we did mindset in the course. And she, let me tell you, she worked on mindset. She did I think the secret. I don't know if you did the affirmations, the goals. I believe you did that as well, right?
Yes.
She did all of that. Some people skip that. Some people just do the vision board and they're done. She actually focused on the mindset. She's still doing it. She's still growing every single day. You have to do self-development every single day. For me, I did 3 years of attentive like self-development for 3 years. So knowing your self-worth. This is down to relationships, personal, like friends. You would not let a friend take advantage of you if you know your worth. So that's when it comes down to. Okay, so was there anything in particular about our program and membership that really helped you? So you can talk about the
So
LLC.
my biggest thing that helped me honestly was Marissa, with the credit building and helping me repair my credit. Working with her to do my LLC, she has been amazing. When I tell you, I literally don't have to lift a finger to do anything. She does it for you. She just guides you through everything. That was my biggest help through everything so far. And that's mainly because I haven't got my Airbnb yet. But once I get my Airbnb, I know Chastity is my next phone call away. In reference to my
I
next
already
step
showed her some
right there.
properties.
Yes,
I already showed her some properties. As I say, we do have some properties from our relatives. I sent her the list of the properties. She was able,
and I've
or I
taken the
sent
screenshots.
Yep. She's seen the properties already that we have. So we do give some properties from time to time. I wouldn't say like every day we have new properties, but there's always somebody selling their properties or rent, for rent. So we have new properties every 2 weeks. My realtor has something new every 2 weeks. Something new comes in. So she was able to see that list. So if you want that list, the booking meeting link in the description. So
gotta join. It's worth it. Trust me.
So what was what was your favorite? I'm gonna change the question, but what was your favorite part of the program? Like a week. So was it week 1 mindset? Week 2 is finding properties. Week 3 is market analysis more, and week 4 is just like Airbnb set. I think I forgot what you called it, but Airbnb set up like the. So what was your favorite week out of all weeks from week 1 to week 4?
So I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember all the weeks. But I'm gonna go with week 1 only because week 1 is more on changing your mindset. If you don't change your mindset, you're not gonna make it anywhere. You have to know where you are now and try to change where you are now to being a better person. Because if you're not gonna do that, it's not gonna work for you. You have to. And she gives you books to read and podcasts to listen to. And be honest, I haven't listened to the podcast yet. And I have been slacking on my book reading.
That's
but I definitely have been trying to work on my mindset. There's more than one way to work on your mindset, but the biggest part for me within working on my mindset is trying to keep your mind clear and free of negativity and being true to yourself.
I agree. Yeah, so that's why I separate. I told anybody if I feel like it's getting to a point in this relationship is getting toxic, friendships too.
I stay far.
I stay far. From like friendships or
all of it. I stay far.
Yeah.
Keep that negative energy that side. Don't bring it in my space. Don't bring it in my circle.
And what it is, I like to tell people, it's not the person's not toxic. It's just they're toxic. The relationship is toxic. It's not. That's why you see when you meet people like that do you wrong, they don't do other people wrong. They have all these people, saying, "Oh my God, all these amazing things," because that everyone's relationship is different. Some people don't need you. Some people, humans are humans. I like to say a science terminology, but humans are like a bacteria and a host. So the bacteria it benefits from the host because it needs somewhere to stay. The host, which is humans, need healthy bacteria. So for females, we have healthy bacteria, men as well. So we have healthy bacteria. So it's a coexistent relationship. That's the same way for humans. So if someone feels like, I really don't need them as a friend, they may seem a little toxic to you because they really don't feel like they can benefit from you. But people don't tell you that. They'll still be friends with you. They'll still say in your face. So you have to know, all right, I ain't doing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. So as a result of implementing the program, what was the outcome for you? So more into like, I know you did the LLC. She's still working on her Airbnb and getting that, but how has it been with like the credit? Tell us more about like Marissa with the credit, working on the funding. How's the meetings been with her? And you can share a little bit more about that.
So meetings with Marissa has actually been great. So her process is depending on what your credit is like. She sends out letters to the credit bureaus to try to remove whatever you need, whatever needs to be removed. So I think I'm in phase 3. I think I'm heading into phase 3. I can be wrong. I'm either in phase 2 or heading to 3, or 3 heading to 4, one or the other. But letters are sent out to them on a monthly basis. So I know for a fact my credit score has gone up since the process. So it's going smoothly. So that's a positive thing. It's moving smoothly. But she's always available. I never have an issue. Even if she doesn't respond right away, I'm okay with that because I know everyone has a busy lifestyle. Everyone is busy, and she's very, very helpful.
Yeah, I know she went. I know that's not she. I know you went from me like 5 something to like over 600 right now. So that's what we do is we do like we work on credit building, we work on funding because it's very important. A lot of other programs, they're just giving you the information, which is not wrong, bad, but they give you the information and then people are stuck with, well, how can I start this? It doesn't have to be a lot of Turo coaches, they'll show you how to do Turo in the car business, but then you still need funding. They don't help you with that. So what we do is like, we're kind of like a one-stop shop. And I feel like I noticed it was very important. So I've been doing coaching, real estate a little bit longer, but for the like a factor is like people don't have the funds after. And I'm like, okay, this is not helping people if I can't figure out a way to get the funding. So with the funding, you can do $10,000 credit limit and $10,000 loan, and that's 20,000. I love credit cards because of the membership rewards points. And just a tip, you can get a cashback credit card. So you can convert those points into cash to help you lower your credit bill. People don't know that. So people have some cashback rewards cards. You got over 30,000 points on that card, and you have enough money for that bill. You can put the money to lower the bill. Now, with lowering the bill, it does not pay the minimum. So still keep that in mind. You still got to pay the minimum, but the minimum will be different. The minimum goes based off how much is in that account, the balance. So that percentage. So it'll change. So once you lower that balance, all right, your minimum will change for the next statement. So that is a benefit that we do. And our credit advisors work with helping them get the right cards and right lenders for them. Okay. All right, we got 2 more questions and then we're gonna wrap it up. So where do you think you would be right now if you didn't take this action to invest into our program, but also just to invest into yourself?
I'll probably still be trying to figure out my life right now, girl. Trying to pay off all these bills and all these creditors and still not getting it together. I know for a fact that's what I'll be stressing my head like, okay, I don't have enough for this one. I don't have enough for that one. So we're going to do this one and we're not going to do this one. This one, we're going to let this one close. I'll still be stressing myself out more than what I'm doing now.
Listen, these collection people, I have a friend that works with collection agencies. They are something else. You got to send them. First off, they don't do things properly. So this is where the credit advisors, not me, because I don't know how to do that. The credit advisors come in, they send out these, like she said, that letter. They send that letter out, and they have to verify. It's called a verification letter, from what they told me. Verification letter. They gotta have this information. They gotta have your signature. If they cannot do that, they have to automatically remove the, I guess, dispute or the collection off the report. So there's so many different things. These collection agencies, they be calling. It's just like, it's a lie. It's a lie. Leave me alone. I
My
don't know
phone
what.
call stopped, so hallelujah.
Leave me alone. Look at the time.
Yes.
It's too early. I had to turn my ringer off. I don't keep my ringer on. I don't turn my
I
ringer
keep mine
off.
on. I can't say that. I keep mine on
I
because I don't never
can't.
know who's calling. Sometimes it's a job, sometimes it's my dad. So I keep it on. But depending on the phone number, decline.
It say 800.
Decline.
At 6 a.m. Who calling at? What business is calling at 6 a.m? Leave me alone.
Listen, you will be surprised.
And then
on a Saturday, on a Sunday.
So just to go a little bit more into that. So just tell us a little bit more about that on that question. Just give us a little bit more.
In reference to how did it change me?
Yeah, like where would you feel like you would be? So besides like, okay, still trying to figure out your credit, but is there anything else you kind of want to add to that?
Not really. I would literally still be trying to figure out my life. Honestly, I'd be sitting here like, okay, my paycheck is this. Because I have a tendency, like, because of my job, I know by Sunday what my paycheck is going to look on a Friday. So I will go through everything I know that needs to be paid between now and next pay period. And if it ain't enough, I'm going to sit down. Okay, where am I going to find this money from? Okay, how am I going to figure this out? Okay, I'm going to have to try to figure out how to get this money, or this ain't going to have to get paid type situation. So it would be me looking like a cartoon character, my head going because I can't figure it out.
Yeah, and now I feel like she has like more of a plan. I think that's what it is. We're still working on getting her property, to be honest, to everyone out watching, but she has a plan in place. Okay, she can get funding. That's the next step. Because listen, I've seen people, and that's the thing is, if you have extra money from your funding, you can use that to pay off some debt. You can use that to pay a full month of bills. That's my paying a full month of bills. Oh my gosh.
I got plans and dreams.
We're gonna help her get that funding. That's the next step. So we worked on her credit. We worked on her LC. Just to kind of tell you guys more about the LC process for her. So Marissa did everything, but I'm talking about business address, put in the right address, the phone number, EIN number for her. It's a couple more documents. I don't know all the forms, but it's like Secretary of State. She has to register for her LC. There's like 5 more documents. I just don't know them at the top of my head, but there's 5 more documents.
You got the IRS, the business address, the EIN, which is associated with the IRS. Then you have a New York State document that you have to receive all before getting your business account set up. There is another one I can't remember it off my head, but I think
there's a couple. That's why I don't do that process. That's too much. It's too much. And with the credit advisor, they actually fill it out properly. So you guys can do it, but I feel like with the right advisor, mentorship, that will help, because they're making sure that you fill it out. Because if you do something correctly, because if you mess up, then they're gonna probably deny you or say you have to review it. So this is avoiding all of it. That's why I kind of just go to them just to help me out.
I would definitely recommend having someone do your LLC for you.
Absolutely. And I'm not talking about the websites. Yeah, we going to these websites. You don't even know nothing about these websites.
These bogus websites.
Yeah. I rather go to somebody else that I kind of know, I can talk to, have meetings with. And that's another thing. Our credit advisors do free meetings. So not off like a bunch of 10 free meetings, but couple free meetings where they get to know them. At least an introduction meeting is there, because when you go to a website, then you don't have the introduction. You're just sending your information. And also these websites do not give you the documents back. So I don't know if Marissa did that yet. She
does that accordingly. She does that as it goes.
Okay. So yeah.
So once everything is done, she sends you everything once it's done accordingly.
And these websites, so that's the point at Second Chance Enterprise. These other websites, they will just do your LLC, but not send you the right documents, because and our credit advisor will give you the documents. The reason why you guys need it is because when you're asked for verification for certain things, like even applying for how you're gonna get proof of the property, they're gonna ask for certain documents. And when you guys do it online at these websites, you don't have the documents. That doesn't make any sense. You should have a PDF of them. So she's gonna receive that as well. So just to wrap it up for today, for anyone watching that is on the fence about booking a call with us or speaking to us about our programs or our membership, what would you say to them?
Baby, don't wait. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. If you are watching this, you're watching this for a reason. God
Mm-hmm.
sent you here for a reason. Don't question it. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. Because Chassie could tell you, I didn't question it, but I did wait a week. And only because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the funding for it. If I had the funding that day we spoke, she knew I
Mm-hmm.
would have signed up right then and there. So even if you got bad credit, good credit, she
Mm-hmm.
can tell you, she can send you to somebody to make sure
Mm-hmm.
they fix everything. Don't wait. And if you know it was something that you wanted to do, saying, I might need a second form of income, you in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
Just hit that link below. Don't wait. Don't waste the time. Just hit the link.
Yeah. And I would say it's smart to, she's been investing money to see actual results. So that's the
Yep.
best thing about it. Like no one wants to sit here. And what I don't do is I don't play with families. I don't play with people that got kids. I don't play with families. I don't play with anybody. But I don't play with people that I know have priorities such as kids, and they need to see results, because that's, we have someone else to take, they have someone else to take care of. And that's how I make sure with every client, not just her, but every single client I'm hands on with as much as I can.
Yes.
I got a couple people, they be calling and texting me, but I'm hands on as much as I can. So, so yes, that is all for today. I thank you, AJ, for coming on here and just taking the time out your day to hop on here and just share your testimony, telling them more about you and more about our business and how your experience has been with us. Is there anything else you want to promote, your jewelry or what's coming out soon, or anything else you want to share before we go?
No, I'm just going to tell y'all once again, Chastity is amazing. Whoever she sends you to as a credit advisor, they will be amazing. Again, do not sit on it. Just do it. That's it. Just do it.
Yep, I agree. So thank you everyone for joining us for today.